Do we have too much government?
We need to put people ahead of corporate profits.
This system is so lopsided. This threat is a real threat to democracy.
And I think that's really important. That's something we haven't been doing in this country for a long time.
Where do you start? What do you do? How do you do it?
Access to Democracy is sponsored by Thomson Reuters, providing legal professionals with the intelligence, technology, and human expertise they need to find trusted answers. Products include Westlaw, Practical Law, and Firm Central legal practice management software for small law firms. Thomson Reuters, the answer company. Online at thomsonreuters.com. Access to Democracy is made possible in part by a donation from Firefly Credit Union. Firefly is the new name of U.S. Federal Credit Union, which has proudly served the financial needs of the Greater Twin Cities community since 1925. At Firefly, we guide our members forward and give them the power to chase dreams by delivering the financial solutions they need to get ahead. From checking accounts to mortgages, we'll light the way. We are Firefly Credit Union, and this is Life Illuminated. And Dr. Charles Crutchfield of award-winning Crutchfield Dermatology in Eagan, acknowledged as one of the nation's best physicians. A Minnesota native who trained at the Mayo Clinic, Dr. Crutchfield personally treats all patients and states that experience counts and quality matters. Crutchfield Dermatology. Look good, feel great, with beautiful skin.
Welcome. Another new type of Access to Democracy. Alan Miller here with you, and we're at Cedarvale Lanes in Eagan with Scott Pohl. We've done this once before. Scott is a champion bowler, former member of Team USA, bowled all over the world with a team that won a lot of championships. Why don't you give us a little background?
Sure. Thanks, Alan, for having me. 2003 was my second year on the team. We went to the World Championships and we won the silver medal. That was in Malaysia. And then after that, we certainly had a goal from there to try and bring gold to the United States, which hadn't happened in 35 years, ironically enough. And luckily, 2006, we had a great group. We won the gold medal there. Also won the gold medal at the Pan American Games in Santo Domingo in 2003, and been fortunate enough to be on the United States team 4 times.
And in addition to that, you're bowling right now in Las Vegas, obviously not today, but tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. About 3 weeks ago, we went to the United States Bowling Congress Championships, the Open Championships, where any league bowler can go play. It's based on average. And luckily enough, 2 years ago, we won one of these. It's an Eagle, a very prestigious trophy, in the team portion. And 3 weeks ago, we took the lead in the team. And then my partner and I just completed last weekend. We're also leading the team 5-man all event score. So,
and we will know by the end of July.
We'll know about the early July. There's still a lot of good teams to bowl, and so we're crossing our fingers we can win 2 more of these guys.
You know, it's really interesting. I wrote an article years ago for New York Bowler about the fact that bowling is not an Olympic sport, and yet it is probably the most really popular sport in the world for individuals, families, everything else.
Exactly.
But for some reason, the Olympics pass it by. I don't know why.
It's something out of our hands, and we'll probably never really truly know why, but you're right. Participation-wise, I travel around the country. Bowling is extremely popular.
And in addition to running the pro shop here at Cedarvale and spending your weekends literally on the road, you are what is known as a professional bowler. No question about that.
Yeah, not technically a professional, but you can still earn money as an amateur.
And so you do.
I do.
Bowling is a sport that I first was really addressed, say, in 12 years old, when I was in about the 6th grade. And I used to go to an alley where we set pins as pin boys. All of that's gone today. And if we set pins for 2 hours, we could bowl for free. and jumping from lane to lane when you actually had hand pin setters was a chore, and keeping track of how many bowlers, etc.
And I can exactly relate to what you're saying, because I started doing that when I was about 13, taking the bus to the bowling center, bowling for a quarter a game.
And here we are today. You in your prime, me on the downside of my prime for sure.
But still
But it's-
having success.
But having success, even this year, in a team, in a handicap league,
Yep.
in which I am in. I am the handicap to the team, but I mean, notwithstanding that,
Yeah.
we were in fourth, third place, and I was just doing terribly. Not that I'm doing well, obviously, with age. I've gone down over the years in terms of score, but I came in to see you 2 weeks before the end of the season. We were, I think, in third place at that time. Spent about 15 minutes with you. You made 3 adjustments with me, which is probably a lot less than a psychologist would have to do with me. But one, you shortened my approach. 2, you changed how I was holding the ball. 3, you had me turn my hand a little bit. The last 2 weeks, I bowled 20 pins over my average both weeks, and with the help of my team, which bowled very well, we ended up winning the championship.
That's awesome. I mean,
And-
that's mostly why I'm here at the Pro Shop, is to help people bowl better.
Well, one of the things we want to talk about today is bowling for scholarships in colleges.
Yes.
And we're going to have a young lady from really
Absolutely.
Michaela.
Yep.
Michaela
Erickson,
Erickson,
out of Burnsville, Minnesota.
and who just won a scholarship.
She did. She earned a scholarship out of high school. She's at Grandview University now, and they're paying roughly, I would say, around a third of her tuition.
Which is in today's market, big dollars.
Very substantial. And it's not really a full-time, like, Division I scholarship, so she does have freedoms to go along with that. She can work. She doesn't have restrictions as far as what you can and can't do. So it's a little better than being Division I in some ways.
So let's have you show us a little bit about what makes a championship bowler.
Okay. There's a lot of things. A lot of what we talked about is on the lane, and it's position of the ball. Okay. A big thing with the position of the ball, what is incorrect that I see, number one, people hold it in the middle part of their body. Okay. The reason is the swing just wants to go simply in this position. So if you're holding the ball in the middle of your body, what's it going to do? Wrap behind too much. Another thing a lot of people do wrong is the position of the ball. They hold the ball funny, this way, okay? It's just the most simple way to hold it, the easiest way in your hand.
And I was holding it that way, away from my body,
Yep, exactly.
straight up.
Yes, use
One of the
physics.
things you had me do, you had
Uh-huh.
me bring my arm in
Right.
to my body and turn my hand.
And
Just
that's more
a
of a
little bit.
natural position, right?
It
Our
is
hands are structured that way. They're not structured to go this way or that way. This is a natural position, how to hold it.
a left-handed bowler, and then there are a good many left-handed bowlers.
Absolutely.
And good left-handed bowlers. So also the ball that I'm throwing is 13 pounds. Now, when I was young, I was throwing 16, and slowly I have worked my way down to 13. And I don't throw it as fast as I used to.
And it's all about matching
Unfortunate.
your ball speed, your strength, your abilities. I see people throwing too heavy of a bowling ball at times, and what happens on the lane, it goes too slow, and the ball deflects too hard. You want to throw the proper speed all the time to match what you're doing.
So show
Okay.
us.
So for instance, I'm just going to hold the ball in the center of my body, and that's the wrong position, so I'm going to correct it over here. Just a nice relaxed spot on the lane. Let it go nice and free. Hold my balance really good. So I would call that a decent ball. Okay?
And we got
So that was a decent shot.
9 out of 10
I got 9 out of
pins
10.
there.
So now I'm going to make a slight adjustment, what we've talked about in bowling. And typically what that adjustment is on your house pattern is you're going to move to the outside part of the lane a little more. So for a right-hander player, we're going to move a little closer to the gutter. You being left-handed, you're going to go to the left. So all I do is with my feet, move my feet a few boards accordingly, and I keep my target about the same, hold it in the right position, and throw it about the same spot. See what happened.
And that's what happens.
So the ball had a little more energy towards the pins, came in at a better angle, and that's what happened.
Okay.
Just as good as you could have done.
Well, I'm going to throw one now and
I
see
know.
what happens.
You can do this.
This is called Geriatric Bowling Part 1.
Oop, and that was not a very good shot.
Not a good shot at all.
Maybe from standing too long or not having a shot.
No, I didn't get my finger out.
Okay.
I held it much too
Held on to it too long,
yeah.
and that's part of having the proper grip in a ball.
So
I'll reset
we'll
it
see.
for you.
We'll give it a try. Another
Can
one.
you tell them we got a ball stuck, please? You want to throw your spare ball at this?
Not really.
No, just
but,
gonna wait. Okay.
Let's work with you
So there's
over
another
here.
way. Versatility is a big thing. So what I'm going to do, let's say the lanes call for me to have to hook the ball more. So I do some different things with that. I'll hold the ball a little lower, walk a little slower, and then just roll the ball a little bit harder, okay? So the ball has more time to hook. So there's different little adjustments and coaching and technique to do that.
Okay, we just experienced one of those rare incidents that never happened when we were bowling setting up by hand.
Nope.
One of the lanes broke down and we actually had to move. So this is literally real life bowling.
This is it.
What happened on that last one that I threw was that I had been holding the ball too long, my thumb stuck in the ball, and it ended up being a disaster. I'm going to throw one more, and then Scott is going to introduce Michaela and talk about colleges and scholarships and availability of bowling for all ages. As we said, Michaela started when she was 6 years old. She's now 19 and has earned a scholarship.
Correct.
The other side of the coin is I started when I was 12 years old. I'm going to be 83 this summer, and it's still an enjoyable
Something you
sport.
do, yeah. Well, let's see what you can do here.
New lanes, possibly.
Possibly a little bit drier than the last ones. These
Yeah.
are bowled on today, so what that means for Alan, he's going to move a little bit to the right with his feet to allow for his ball to hook a little more. You can see how it started hooking a little earlier. Not a bad shot,
It was a good shot, but I deserved better on the pin.
just a little bit of a
So
bad break.
Let's bring the next pro in here.
All right, so I'd like to introduce Michaela. Michaela, come on in here. Michaela grew up and still lives in Burnsville and was a very good junior high school bowler. Very proud to say she's been my customer for a very long time. I don't even know when the first time she got a ball from me, but when she was younger than this, that's for sure. And I'm happy to see her still succeed at Grandview. So you can see Grandview Vikings in Des Moines. And she got a scholarship for about a third of her tuition, which is very good. And her team made 2 nationals this year in the bowling world, the NAIA Collegiate Bowling and the Intercollegiate Bowling Championships. Team championships, so very good. A lot of success in Grandview happening. And she's going to demonstrate a shot. And let's see how she throws the ball.
And what other colleges are giving scholarships for bowling?
Oh, there's numerous. You can actually go online. Go ahead. There's about 30 to 40 different Division I schools for ladies. For men, there's about another 30 or 40. As far as NAIA or intercollegiate, just very smooth technique. And it comes off her hand really nice. And to go to a second ball now, she has a second ball, which is a straighter ball to keep it simple. And using a lot of the lane, she's going to go straight at the spare.
Bowling balls have changed tremendously over the years.
Absolutely.
Where it used to be just a 16-pound plastic ball.
Yes.
They now have centers and weights, etc.
Absolutely. So really nice technique at the 610. Oh, she almost got it. But a pretty good shot there. Okay, real good technique and a lot of practice. Good collegiate coaching is available these days, just like high school coaching. Just more to the next level.
We're going to let Michaela take another shot
All
here.
right, let's do one more shot here.
We want your strike shot this time.
So most likely she's going to go even further to the left because her ball hooked. Same adjustment. That's got a lot better chance right there. That was an excellent shot. That was really good.
We knew that she could do it.
Very nice, very
And
nice.
she did it.
Excellent shot.
And that's what gets teams into the Nationals.
Absolutely. There's a reason she has success with that.
Now let's get Jordan, is it
Okay,
over there?
so we have another young man over here. Bring your bowling ball, sir. So we have another young man going
Yeah.
to college on a scholarship, ironically enough. He's going to be going to Grandview as well. From Park Cottage Grove, we have Jordan Rodriguez here. Very good high school bowler. Has earned a lot of scholarship money. Works with me in the pro shop as well at On Track.
How old are you, Jordan?
I'm 18.
And when did you start bowling?
About 4 years ago now. Yeah.
And you've got a scholarship where?
Grandview University in Des Moines, Iowa.
And how much of your costs will be covered by it?
Academically, I haven't gotten my numbers yet, but for bowling, I got $8,000.
Which is
Yeah.
pretty substantial in this day and age.
Yeah, I was very happy with that.
Well, let's show us why you got this scholarship. Scott, you can narrate.
All right, so Jordan's going to have the same type idea. Ball position to the side of his body. Nice and relaxed hand position. And very good balance at the release point. There you go. Right on first cue. Right on it. No practice shots, anything.
Let's see another one of those.
All right. So the key to it is he's just going to get up and do the same exact
He
thing.
throws the ball. He has terrific balance at
Yes.
the line. He throws the ball really hard. And what else is it that we look for here?
We look for his footwork to be in time with his ball motion. And you can see his steps are very rhythmic. Oh, that one he actually got a little bit off balanced and went to the left. So that one was not as good a ball, obviously. But he's going to go
chance
for
to
this
pick up
spare.
a spare.
He's going to go for this spare.
A difficult spare.
Yep.
This,
Now Jordan is very
is-
good at throwing a straight ball without changing balls.
this is a split.
This is actually a washout. It's got the head pin left. So he's going to attempt to hit the head pin to the left and throw it over to the right side and make the 10 pin. And he just got that one a little left. But he's still able to throw a straight ball with the right technique
Yes.
instead of having to switch balls.
So, do most people bowl with two bowling balls now?
Not a lot. Your average bowler is typically going to use just their main ball for their strikes and spares.
So, now I have two at your suggestion.
Uh-huh.
What's the difference between my strike ball and my spare
Sure.
ball?
So the strike ball is made out of a material that is very soft.
Jordan is bowling behind
Okay.
our back, so let's watch him.
He got away with that one, but a very good result. So the material is very soft. When you put your hands on it, it's very sticky. So it has grab or friction is what we call it on the lane. It creates friction when it encounters the lane and dry material. So this has revolutions as soon as it hits the dry part of the
This
lane.
is not just a plastic ball.
It's not just a plastic ball, it's a resin material urethane ball. And also on the inside of that ball is a big shaped core which gets it to rotate. Now this ball here is a very hard, slippery ball. Doesn't have much friction at all.
And then this would be what I call my spare ball.
Your spare ball, it's going to go very straight. And the inside of the core on this ball is very, very small, almost like a golf ball. So it doesn't have time to turn over. So that's what allows it to go right at the pins.
Okay. 5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes, so
Well, we'd also like to talk a little bit about, what I see in bowling today. There's a lot of great league bowling happening. League bowling is still doing pretty well. What I see as far as the general, a lot of them don't take enough instruction. And I feel like your example is perfect. It was 15 minutes and you felt how much better when you're on the lanes, right?
And notwithstanding what we see here today, I bowled much better those last 2 weeks.
Like for instance, let's ask Jordan here, how much coaching do you receive throughout the year?
I usually try and get to the alleys with my coach at least once a week.
Once a week.
And like any other sport, you've got to do it, you've got to practice it,
Sure.
and you've got to accept the coaching.
Yes, it's a lot like when you're golfing. You go to the new golf season. What do you typically do? Maybe you'll go see your instructor at least once before the season. Okay?
So,
That's very evident.
who wants to throw another ball? Why don't you throw
Sure.
one?
I'll give it a shot. If Jordan can do it, I have a good feeling I can. Whoops.
How do you feel Scott has been as a coach for you?
Oh, Scotty's awesome. I love him. He's such an awesome coach,
Almost.
and he knows a lot of how to help everyone.
I think that's what all of us say, is that really the coach really helps make the bowler.
Oh, absolutely. And it's awesome.
I'm just
how
going to
much
throw more of a
time
hook shot at
he,
this.
commits to the kids and
I kinda have an
whatnot
idea
between
what it
shop and bowling. It's really cool.
And he does a lot of charitable work also.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the time, all the time.
I'm going to make
So-
one more little adjustment to the left.
Scott is going to make one more little adjustment, and he's going to throw another one. I want to really wish you good luck in college, and
Thank you.
they call you sir when you have white hair.
I call everybody sir.
And the pro shop here is open daily at Cedarvale Lanes. Usually on the weekends, Scott may be out at a tournament someplace, but he has a good crew here. And it's open about 5 hours in the afternoon in the summers. In the winters,
tougher when
when
you
season
add
is
on 1 or
in,
2.
it's open a lot more often.
Actually, 37 foot.
You might notice that Jordan, who's young and strong, is not using anything. I use an arm brace to keep my hand straight. I use this because I had tendonitis, and that just keeps the tendon nice and tight.
For me, 35 years of bowling, I get a little fatigue in my elbow, and then just a little bit of arthritis. Just after 35 years in the wrist, just a little bit of arthritis, not bad though.
And as we're approaching, I think, the end of our time, we have 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Michaela, let's get her up here to throw a couple more.
All right. Have you throw one more.
All our college scholarship student. Yeah,
Yep.
come on.
Come on.
Get up there and show us a strike.
They outstruck me on this lane.
And yeah, they did.
Uh-huh.
Interestingly enough, there are women's leagues, there are men's leagues, there are senior leagues. My wife and I are in a mixed league,
And
a handicap league.
along with getting college scholarships, there's tournaments for scholarships too. Throughout
Really?
the country, yes.
This is Michaela throwing now.
In fact, next month, Jordan's going to be going to Ohio for one of the biggest scholarship tournaments of the year, Junior Gold.
And that will add on to what you have should you win it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So they very competitive tournament. College, actually coaches are there scouting.
I know there was a college in the East, William Patterson, used to give a lot of college scholarships.
Yes.
And again, the sport is becoming more popular in college than it was for years.
And the high school level.
Yes. And I think we are probably just running out of our time. Step
All right.
in here so we can get a good view of the talent. And we are, as I mentioned before, at Cedarvale Lanes in Eagan. Scott's Pro Shop, Scott Pohl's Pro Shop, called On Track, is right here, and generally he's right here. Here is the product of some good lessons and some college scholarships. And here's a man who still stands to compete for the national championship this year.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having us. We appreciate it, Alan.
Hey, it's
Appreciate
been great.
time coming out to do this.
I appreciate you guys, and good luck to you both.
All right, thank you so much.
It's, we're winding down Access to Democracy from our new site. Maybe we'll do this every week.
Sure.
Signing off. Thank you all.
All right, good.